Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Studio Gallery in the backyard. And if we're lucky, it won't rain. Or if we are lucky, maybe it'll rain, because sometimes that's all it takes. So, a couple of things to start out with. This is my Artist Loft white that I add to Walmart interior semi-gloss latex paint to make up my base. And once those two things are in place, equal amounts, I add my GAC 800 to keep the paint from cracking, about 20% of that. Because by the time I add the other ingredients, the Deco Art pouring medium and the Floetrol, that reduces the GAC to about 10% of the whole, which is why I add 20% to the original Walmart paint and Artist Loft paint. I've got this out here because I want to paint a background and I want it to be fairly simple. I've got a container, a refuse container that I've fairly well cleaned most of the dirt out of. Sand collects. And I intend on adding some paint to it. I also intend on using the white paint that I might put on my background, that I will put on my background, as a base to add other things on top of, because I haven't really done that before. And I want to do a shovel and scoop, probably more shovel than scoop, because I've got 3 shovels out here. And I've got a 16 by 20 inch canvas behind me. I'm going to put these where I can find them easily. And I'm just going to keep adding colors that I like, or that I hope to like by the time we're done with this. I don't know how this is going to work, so being that I've been wondering for a while, I guess it's time to find out. And I'm kind of imagining, I'm hoping that the white won't destroy the saturation of the other colors, the continuity of them, but I don't know, and that is as good a reason as any that I can think of. Oh, I have learned a thing or two about algorithms from YouTube lately. When you guys watch more of my video and when you give me a thumbs up, the algorithm is the only thing between me and failure or success. And by watching more, you pretty much help me gain success, because the algorithm decides that if more people are watching more amounts of time, that they'll show more people still my videos. So I really appreciate you guys helping me out. And this is going to be kind of a strange... I don't know, it's been a long time since I did a shovel and scoop, and I really need some art therapy, and that was a lump, and there's still a lump in there, and I spent 20 minutes before this video getting all the lumps out, so, whoa, there we go. Alright, it's out now. Let's see, I'm a little dubious. I use gold mica powder that you can find on my Amazon link below the video, along with the OXO omelet turning spatula, and the Anita's brand and the Folk Art brand. And I did shake this up. This is a new brand of paint I've been using recently, and this one has changed. I used my unicorn spit to add a little bit of depth to a blue color that was called Mystical Mystique. So it wasn't that color, but it was similar. Anyway, that is Art Minds, and I'm loving that. Especially my favorite one, which is an iridescent pink. They have like 3 or 4 different descriptions. One's semi-gloss, one's matte. Some are exterior grade, which is pretty cool. They're all behind the craft paints, way behind the craft paints in Michael's. You might have to ask to find them, but as far as I'm concerned, they're well worth taking the trouble to look for. That might be one bottle I did not clear. That's the Prussian Blue by Grumbacher. People keep asking me what I'm using. So back to the what's making me nervous with the gold mica powder, gold that I mix up, is that I have no idea if it will sink or swim with that white on the top. Now, white should usually sink because it's more often than not zinc, but mine is made with a latex base. So I'm going to just try and gently layer some of that on top and watch it sink and see what happens. So if I want the gold, I will add the gold afterwards. And this is a color shift from Folk Art, a turquoise. And I haven't used any orange. I've got pretty much every color of the rainbow in there. The orange makes everything pop, if you'll notice. And I could add a little more white. Maybe I'm just going to add some of the white from Anita's that's just barely coming out. But that's okay. We're channeling Jackson Pollock, yep. And barely coming out is okay. Sometimes you just use that. and then fix it. So what else? I like that purple. I'm almost to the point where I feel like I have more than enough paint, and my favorite purple is by Folk Art, which is a neon purple, and I can never get enough of that. And I know I'm taking my time making my pan of colors, but that is probably the most important part of this exercise, other than telling you guys thank you for 59,000 going on 60,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Alright, so let's see how fast we can do this canvas now, since I got 11 minutes left, which means I wasted, you know, like quite a bit of time. Let's hope I have few, if any, lumps. And that's a lot of paint, which is a little different, because sometimes when I like to add my scoops, it's important that I be able to drag the scoop to make marks. So this is all new in some ways, unless I forgot having done it this way before and I'm just not telling you. And that's always possible. I'm not 20 anymore. I bet somebody guessed. Anyway, I do love you guys, you know, and I appreciate you being here very much. And you make my day with your wonderful comments. Thank you so much. And your appreciation. And sometimes your amazement is very pleasant too. I am attempting to make a living doing this, and people are beginning to take notice of me, and I have some artwork sales, so if you're interested in buying a piece of artwork, please feel free to contact me through communication on YouTube, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I don't see everything every time. I don't know why they're not always available to me, but they're not always available to me. That is a lot of paint. Whoa, and that's an anomalous something or other. All right, we have more paint on here than I would usually put on. So what that means to me is that I'm going to take advantage of that. I have my glasses on and I need to cover up that paint, that part of the canvas that's showing. This means that this will flow very nicely if I tip it, and that's a good possibility. I kind of want an even coating, and the OXO omelet turning spatula that you will find on the Amazon link is the ticket for that. Why don't I just go back from another direction. If any paint falls over the edge, I just usually rub it in with my finger. And those of you who've been here before, there are quite a few of you, will know that about me. I'm going to throw that in the bucket because I have a smaller version standing by. And here goes nothing. Let's grab. My small dustpan from the dollar store might fit too. I'm going to hope that all of my paint is out of the way, put the new colors out of the way, and try something ooh, that goes a really long way like this. That's neat. The turntables are not available, but I do want everybody to email or try and call Martha Stewart Corporate and let them know that we would like them to find out where they got them the first time when they put them on the Lazy Susan for their patio table. Because that's all that I'm using. I'm just using the ring from a Lazy Susan patio table that had an umbrella go through the middle. Just the ring. The tabletop is elsewhere. So I like that central thing, and I've got some chain here. Hopefully it's not too dirty in the middle. And I'm thinking that since I know how to use chain, maybe I should try it. See how far it goes in this nice batch of wet paint. Lead it right off. Ooh, I've got some I don't want. Which I ought to be able to do something with in a moment. All right, I'm going to let that relax over on the side, and I'm going to grab a new scoop. And I'm not going to grab much. Just going to grab the colors I like to see. Put them down here. We haven't even thought about tipping yet. We may or may not do that. Since I have this color. And that white paint is definitely facilitating a good release. I'm going to put up with that big white space because I can. Ooh, that's the name of my book on the Amazon link. And thank you guys for buying it and giving me such great reviews. I really love hearing from you about that. This is pretty cool. I'm getting cheered up, and I needed to be cheered up, so that's a good thing. Alright, so let me pick. I like some of that blue, some of this purple. Obviously, I'm going to be using this for another canvas. Can I just drop some color? Right down in the corner, and will it go over the edge? I kind of want something down on the side, but I'm not willing to take the time to fix that. Now I've got, yeah, I was going to say I've got drips coming out of the corner of my shovel, so my inclination is to go ahead and use them as a ribbon pour. They don't have to be uniform. And as long as I don't mess with them too much, they won't get too muddy. And I can do chain, I can drag them with chain, I could probably do all kinds of stuff that's cool with them. If I can get some more of it to come out, that'd be great. I've got Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas also available on the Amazon link. And I can use those to remove some paint from my shovel so I don't waste a thing. And things are going to get a lot less muddy. So I haven't done anything quite exactly like this, and that's okay with me. I like experimenting, and I'm glad you joined me for that reason. And I've got enough paint to go over my edge, which I think I really would like to do. And not only that, but I've got these other edges over here where you can't see me right out of range. And I'm going to use the paint on my spatula and in my shovel to add a continuing mark down the edge. I'm also going to dip my spatula right into that paint color and use it and apply it right to that edge so that these go down right over. I don't know if you can see any of that, but I just told you what's going on and I need to do it. So thank you for bearing with me and being patient. Appreciate that. And since I've done that, it occurs to me I can do that wherever I want. And make some really neat marks. Especially with a lot of white paint in the background to keep everything nice and wet. And sort of flexible as far as yeah, I'm just going to do that again. I think I'm going to wipe off the corner of my spatula, or the edge rather, so I don't do too much more than I want to. I didn't really expect to come back over here, but I'm glad to be doing it actually. I don't want to get too down and too funky because I will destroy what I have that I like. Whoops, I almost did it anyway. Too quick out of the paint bucket. Cautious. Just a little cautious. Now all my spots are covered over there, and I like that. And I'm hoping that I'm just going to throw that shovel right in the bucket so I don't have to worry about it. And since I love waggling my skewer, I don't have any problem at all doing that right there. Because it's a fun mark. And I can use whatever paint is left over, dripping down onto my tile, somewhere else. Alright, I'm going to wipe off my spatula. I have an ever-present damp studio rag that this time I forgot to dampen, but that's okay. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to look at my pan of colors and I'm going to decide that I want more orange. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw some orange right in the middle. I have a nice dry shovel. And I'm going to take some of that purple, some of that orange, some of that other good stuff. and hope that I have my paint out of my way and my paint. Now, I really want to do something different. A little clumsily, but still not bad. I'm okay with it. So the question is, what now, if anything? I'm going to let that shovel drain into my little reservoir, and I'm going to take a look at what I've done and see if I want to change anything. I don't think that there's that much I want to change. I'm going to not worry too much about this, unless I can do something to fix it. Oh, I hear the rain. Must be my lucky day. Again, rain is usually lucky for me out here. So that's all good. This, on the other hand, I want to fix. The question is, can I? The other question is, should I? I've got way too much, I've got way more brown there than I want. And I want this to open, yes. I'd like a steady stream to come out, thank you. I'm going to stick my skewer in. Looks like as soon as I can reset that timer, we're going to come back for part 2. But in the meantime, I've got 2 minutes to tell you guys whatever I'm going to tell you, or finish the painting. Looks like we got our first bug of the day. Is that a bug? I can't tell. But I know one thing, the paint is nice and thick and healing beautifully, and I could just take gold and be very happy with everything here. I wonder what would happen maybe I'll just make a mess. Alright, so I've got a chain I kind of think I want to clean off. I like that line right there, but I like it better without the feeling that I'm stuck. Yeah, I like the continuation of that. I'm going to drop my ball chain right into the bucket. I think I'm very tempted. Yes, I am. I'm so tempted. Yes, I am. Oh, God. What's in my way? Bottle of paint. Go figure. They're a little bit abstract, sort of like me. I really don't want to destroy any nice patterns. Alright, so I'll see you guys in part 2, and in the meantime, I got 1 minute left to tell you, check out my Pinterest at the bottom of the description under the video, and my Teespring, and my Instagram, and Facebook albums if you decide to go and join Expressionist Art Studio Gallery fans and collectors. And this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, saying I love you guys. I'll see you in part 2. I'll be right back. I hope. Without too many changes. Anyway. I'll leave this alone. I'll try and leave it alone. See you guys soon. try and remember to set that again.